Something big is moving in Los Angeles, and the backstage is on fire. As the offseason approaches, rumors are starting to gain strength, and two stories in particular are putting Dodgers fans on alert. One involves the future of the coaching staff. The other could completely change the direction of the rotation for 2026. These are moves that could transform the team into an even greater powerhouse. So go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Because if there's one team that never sleeps in the market, it's the Los Angeles Dodgers. And what's coming next could leave any baseball fan breathless. News 1. October is coming to an end, and while baseball still vibrates with a decisive series, there's another game happening behind the scenes, a silent, strategic, and mysterious one. While the Giants, Angels, and Rangers have already named their new managers, other franchises are playing a more patient chess match. And it's on that board that the name of a Dodgers coach is starting to gain traction. The Braves have been silent, a deafening silence. Since Brian Snitker stepped down to take on an advisory role, Atlanta hasn't made a single move. But is that really the case? Or is something happening behind the curtain? Today, we're talking about Danny Layman, the cerebral, analytical coach shaped by the Dodgers' modern era, who could be the man to lead the Braves' next great chapter. While some teams rush to fill their vacancies, like the Giants, Angels, and Rangers, others chose to take a breath. The San Diego Padres began interviews to replace Mike Shildt, even including the legendary Albert Pujols among the candidates. The Minnesota Twins also saw names leak, like Nick Punto, another former Dodger. But in Atlanta, nothing. No announcements, no confirmed interviews, no visible movement. And when the silence is that complete, it usually means something big is happening. According to Mark Bowman of MLB.com and David O'Brien of The Athletic, that something big might have a name and surname: Danny Layman. Danny Layman is currently one of the most respected members of the Dodgers coaching staff. At 39, he represents a new generation of managers, analytical, strategic, and deeply connected to the data-driven science that defines modern baseball. Before donning a uniform as a bench coach, Layman was the team's video scouting coordinator. It was during that time, between 2015 and 2017, that he met Alex Anthopoulos, now the Braves president of baseball operations. Their relationship never broke. In fact, Bowman reports that they have kept in close contact over the years. And that bond could be the key to Atlanta's silence. Layman is described as an obsessive, detail-oriented coach with a rare ability to translate complex statistics into practical language. Dave Roberts, his current superior with the Dodgers, often relies on him for in-game strategic decisions. And when Roberts had to step away in May 2023 to attend his son's graduation, it was Layman who took command of the team and won. In an interview with the Southern California News Group last year, Layman perfectly summarized a new paradigm for MLB managers. Managing a team today is very different from what was 10, 15, 20 years ago. Before, you worked your way up to the minor leagues, became a base coach, and moved up. Today, it's more specific. It depends on how you want to manage the team, on your vision, on your philosophy. That thinking captures the essence of the new tactical generation taking over baseball. Layman, like Craig Counsell, Joe Espada, or even Kevin Cash, represents a fusion of data and human intuition. He's the kind of manager who uses advanced stats to adjust rotations, but still values the instinct of someone who's been on the field. Layman ended his playing career in 2014. Soon after, he enrolled at Rice University to study sports management, a course he paused when opportunity to work for the Dodgers arose. Since then, he's climbed through several roles, always advancing based on his communication skills and game insight. Inside the clubhouse, he's known as a bridge between the analytics department and the players. He translates what the numbers show and what the game feels. Often compared to Gabe Kapler, Layman is a coach who values mental conditioning and tactical focus. But unlike Kapler, he's less media-driven, more focused on internal structure and collaborative decision-making. Within the Dodgers, he's one of the minds behind strategic offensive matchups, bullpen rotation by situation, and predictive database lineup decisions. That aligns perfectly with the kind of philosophy Anthopoulos has implemented in Atlanta: aggressive, analytical, and results-oriented. The main speculation is that Atlanta is waiting until the postseason ends to make its move. Layman, being an active member of the Dodger staff, could only be approached formally once the team is eliminated. And with Los Angeles still in the hunt, Atlanta's silence begins to make sense. Looking at Anthopoulos' history, there's a clear pattern. He prefers working with people he already knows well, especially in leadership roles. That's how it was in Toronto. That's how it was in Los Angeles. And it might be that way again. Moreover, Layman represents exactly the type of manager the Braves seem to be looking for. Someone capable of maintaining a winning clubhouse's continuity while bringing a modern, communicative approach, especially suited for a younger, more digital generation of players. Of course, Layman isn't the only name in consideration. Among those mentioned by Bowman are Ryan Flaherty, the Cubs bench coach, and George Lombard, the Tigers bench coach, both with ties to the Dodgers organization. Flaherty is known for his strong rapport with young players and his study of swing biomechanics. Lombard, on the other hand, has a more traditional profile with experience in player development and clubhouse leadership. But what sets Layman apart is his rare blend of youth, tactical intelligence, and experience within one of the best-run franchises of the past decade. If the connection is confirmed, Layman's impact would be immediate. The Braves, already strong in analytics, could take a major leap forward with the Dodgers' mindset. Concepts like AI-driven scouting, real-time adjustments, and situational reports would expand. Layman is a strong advocate for transparent communication and individualized motivation. Young players like Michael Harris II or Spencer Strider would benefit from a more psychological approach, while veterans like Matt Olson and Austin Riley would find tactical stability. Layman tends to rotate catchers based on pitch framing, adjust lineups by exit velocity and expected slugging, and use bullpen arms predictably, anticipating opponents' offensive patterns. In recent years, we've seen a clear shift in what defines a successful manager. On-field experience still matters, but fluency in data, communication, and human understanding has become essential. Layman represents a manager of the future, someone who understands the algorithm but also the heart of the game. If Atlanta truly chooses him, it would mark a generational change, a new chapter for a franchise that already blends tradition and innovation. In the coming days, Atlanta's silence may finally break. And when it does, the name announced might not be a seasoned veteran, but a modern mind forged under the lights of Los Angeles. Danny Layman could become the bridge between two eras, the old school managers and the data architects. And if he truly dons the Braves cap, get ready, because baseball is about to enter a new chapter. News 2. With the offseason approaching, Los Angeles once again finds itself at the center of speculation. After another elite season, the Dodgers are once again being linked to one of the biggest names available on the market, Tarik Skubal, the Detroit Tigers ace, one of the most dominant stars of 2025, could be the next major target for President of Baseball Operations Andrew Friedman. And according to MLB.com insider Mark Feinsand, the interest is real. Tarik Skubal will enter his final year before free agency, putting the Tigers in dilemma, wrote Feinsand. Trading Skubal now would cause immediate losses, but considering the kind of contract he's expected to command, Detroit must decide whether to pay the price or capitalize on maximum value in a trade. It's a delicate situation. Skubal, 28, is the face of the Tigers' rotation, the kind of pitcher any contender would love to have. In 2025, he posted a 13-6 record, a 2.21 ERA, and an impressive 241 strikeouts, solidify himself as one of the league's best left-handers. The problem is that with free agency looming and his market value sky high, Detroit risks losing him for nothing. That's where the Dodgers come in. Feinsand mentions 3 teams that should never be ruled out in scenarios like this: the Dodgers, Phillies, and Padres, all with a history of big moves and the assets to attract Detroit's attention. Among them, Los Angeles is the one that scares rivals the most. The Dodgers farm system is one of the richest in baseball, featuring 7 players ranked among MLB Pipeline's top 100 prospects. A potential trade package could include outfielder Josue DePaula, the franchise's top prospect and the 13th overall in baseball, along with names like Dalton Rushing or Nick Frasso. And if Friedman wants to get bold, there's even the option of involving Roki Sasaki, the 23-year-old Japanese phenom, in a deal that would completely redefine the rotation. The Dodgers are in no rush, but they always plan aggressively. The rotation is already strong, with Sasaki, Bobby Miller, and Gavin Stone, but adding Skubal would bring a level of dominance rarely seen in recent history. A quartet like that would put Los Angeles on par with the greatest rotations of the century. The question is, will Detroit trade him? President Scott Harris knows that moving Skubal will be unpopular, but he also understands that the return now could be the best the club will get for years. The Tigers are rebuilding and need young bats and minor league depth. If a package with DePaula and 2 more elite prospects lands on the table, the tone of the conversation could change quickly. For Skubal, a move to Los Angeles would be an ideal scenario. Playing for a competitive team with elite infrastructure and a real shot at a championship could cement his Cy Young candidacy. He's a complete pitcher, A fastball that reaches 98 miles per hour, surgical control, and a slider that destroys left-handed hitters' timing. With the support of the Dodgers player development team, known for turning good pitchers into superstars, his ceiling could rise even higher. Andrew Friedman, in turn, has never hidden his by premium talent philosophy. From Mookie Betts to Shohei Ohtani, the Dodgers have a track record of aiming high and paying the right price when they believe the impact is worth it. Skubal fits that profile perfectly. Young, dominant, and ready to elevate the team to another level. The timing also works. With Ohtani healthy again and the lineup secured, the 2026 offseason is expected to focus on pitching. And if there's one name capable of turning an already strong rotation into a dynasty, that name is Tarik Skubal. There are no official trade talks yet, but the connections are clear. Friedman has the pieces. Detroit has a tough decision. And the entire MLB is watching it unfold. If the deal happens, it could become one of the biggest trades of the decade. The kind of move that shifts the course of two franchises. Because if Tarik Skubal truly puts on Dodger blue, baseball might be about to witness the birth of the most dominant rotation in recent memory. And so, between behind-the-scenes speculation and potential moves that could redefine the franchise's direction, the Dodgers enter another offseason the way their fans know best. Quiet on the outside, strategic on the inside. Whether it's about a new mind in the dugout or a new arm on the mound, one thing is certain. Los Angeles is about to surprise again. So don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and comment what you think is coming next. A new brain on the bench or an elite arm joining the rotation. Every opinion counts, because this is Dodgers Nation, where the passion never takes a break and the market never sleeps.